Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here and this is your first time watching, welcome. Like I said, my name is Jessie. I post new budgeting and lifestyle content here on my channel every single week, so I'd love it if you would take a second and click the subscribe button so that you never miss a video. Today's video is going to be the cash envelope stuffing for the budget that I wrote for the first paycheck in the month of March. It is a doozy of a budget. We have all kinds of cash we are going to need to pull out of the bank. And so in order to figure out exactly what I need to take out, I'm going to utilize this cash envelope breakdown. This is a worksheet from the Budget Mom Budget by Paycheck workbook. This really helps me to zone in on exactly what I need to pull out of the bank. And so the first step in using this breakdown is to write down all of the categories that I'm going to need to pull cash for. And it's a lot. We do a lot of our budgeting in cash. I just find that the easiest way to do it. It's what works for me. And so the categories that I'm going to list here are all of the categories from my cash envelopes that we pull out in cash. Also our sinking funds we do in cash, and our extra savings. So what I'm going to do is write in all of these categories as well as their amounts. I'm going to do that off camera because it's going to take a while. There's a lot of categories this week. And then I will come back and we will do the cash breakdown together. So give me just a second. All right, you guys, so this is the first time this has ever happened to me. I actually had more categories than I had spaces. So I had to combine one of these. I actually skipped one and I thought, wow, it's perfect. I have just enough. And then I discovered that I had skipped one. So I'm gonna have to keep this in mind when I'm doing my breakdown. But yeah, I definitely ran out of spaces there. There's a lot of categories that I'm filling this week. This is not the norm for us, but we had quite a few sinking funds that I really needed to bulk up. So really quickly, I'm just gonna add these numbers together. And I just got a total of $575. So let me just recheck that math and make sure that's accurate. So we had $205 for cash envelopes, $300 for sinking funds, and $70 for our savings, for a total of $575. So that was actually accurate, which is good. Now we're going to do the cash breakdown. And this is where it gets interesting, because if I go to the bank and I say I need $575, they're most likely going to give me 5 $100 bills, a 50, a 20, and a 5. Which is all fine and good, but that's not going to break down nicely into all of my envelopes. So instead, what I need to do is figure out which denominations I need them to give me. So for my husband's spending, he gets $40. We always do 2 20s for that. My spending is $40. That's also 2 20s. For gas, $40 is another 2 20s. For eating out, we do 25, which will be 120 and 15. For miscellaneous, we also do 25, so a 20 and a 5. Austin's going to get a $20 bill. Robert is going to get a 10 and a 5. Our anniversary is going to get a 20. Our campground is going to get a 50 and a 10 to make 60. For clothing, we're going to do a 20. And for Christmas, we're going to do a 50. So that's both on the same line, but that broke down nicely denomination-wise, so there was no confusion there, thankfully. For haircuts, we're going to do a 20. For holidays, we're going to do a 20. Household, as well as personal care, are both going to get 20. For pets, we're going to do a $50 bill. My P.O. box is going to get a 20. The 52-week savings challenge gets 36, so we'll do a 20, a 10, a 5, and a 1. That should be 36, right? 20, 30, 35, 36, yep. Savopoly is going to get 9, so a 5 and 4 1s. My card savings challenge is going to get a 10 and a 5. And my switch savings is going to get a 10. So now all I have to do is go down each line and count them up. So for ones, we have 1 plus 4 is 5. So we're going to do 5 ones, which equates to $5. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5s. for a total of $30. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens or $50. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 20s, which my handy calculator tells me is $340. And 1, 2, 3 50s for a total of $150. So now what I need to do is add up these totals and make sure that these totals match this total. And that's how I will know that I have done things properly. So 5 plus 30 plus 50 plus 340 plus 150 is indeed 575. So that's perfect. So now what I will do is write down this information on a little sticky note, and I'll take it to the bank and pull out the cash that I need to be able to stuff my envelopes, and I will be right back with that cash envelope stuffing. Alright, you guys, so it has actually been a couple of days since I sat down and filmed the first half of this video. Typically what I do when I'm filming my cash stuffings is I will film the cash envelope breakdown, and then I will immediately go to the bank, get the cash, sit down and do the stuffing. That's just not how everything kind of shook out this week. Things have been a little hectic, so I'm a little bit late in stuffing my envelopes. I've already given my husband his cash, so you won't see that here. And if the lighting is different or the angle has changed or anything, it's a totally brand new day. So I have my cash envelope breakdown in front of me. I went to the bank and got the cash. We're going to count it up and make sure that I have what I'm supposed to have, less that $40 for my husband, and then we're going to get these envelopes stuffed. So I'm supposed to have $575. Let me really quickly open up my calculator and do a quick calculation, figure out $575 minus that $40. So I should have $535 here. So let's count this up and make sure that's accurate. 50, 100, 50, 70, 90, 210, 230, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 350, 370, 390, 410, 430, 450, 460, 470, 480, 490, 500, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So that's all good. So I'm going to get this cash laid out, and then we're going to start stuffing those envelopes. Okay, so I have all my cash laid out. I laid it out a little bit differently this time, so hopefully this works out. I have my accordion folder for my sinking funds, kind of waiting off in the wings for me to get to those. And then I have my wallet here. This is my Conscious wallet. I've talked to you guys before about how much I love this wallet. It has a space for cash envelopes on this ring system here. You can see I got some new cash envelopes. I was just feeling like a change. I still absolutely love the Life in Envelopes envelopes that I had before. They are still in perfect condition. I will go back to these at some point. I just wanted to change it up and support another Etsy shop. Actually, it's not an Etsy shop, it's a Shopify shop. This is Erica Life Vlogs. If you guys watch her videos, she has an amazing budget channel here on YouTube. I just love supporting other creators. So I wanted to pick up her envelopes. I'm really in love with this clear style right now. So I had her do a spending envelope, gas. These are all the same category as I've always had, just changed up a little tiny bit. So we have food rather than eating out. I'm considering doing my grocery budget in cash. I'm sorry, you guys. I know you can't see these super well without anything in them, but you'll be able to see them better once I stuff them. So I'm considering like the possibility of combining my groceries and eating out, since we are doing so much less eating out lately. I'm not really 100% sure about that yet, but I didn't want to box myself in by calling this eating out, so I just had it say food. We have miscellaneous, debt for my debt snowball. You guys know I love to collect any extra cash that I have at the end of each week and put it into a debt snowball envelope. And then bank for making my deposits. So I have these all set up and ready to go, and we're just gonna go ahead and start stuffing these envelopes. So as I mentioned, I have already given my husband his spending money, so we're just going to go ahead and highlight that as done. I'm still no better at this highlighting thing. You guys know that I picked up this habit of highlighting each category as I go along from Marlene, who is Snow Gardener 307 here on YouTube, another great YouTube channel I highly recommend. It really helps me visually to see what I've stuffed and what I haven't just by matching the little highlighter, but I have a hard time highlighting straight. I don't know if I'll ever get any better at that. So we've already done my husband's, so next we're going to do my spending. So for my spending, we're gonna do $40, and that's gonna go right here in my cash envelope. So we're going to do 2 20s, 2 20s, and I'm so excited to see how these clear envelopes look with the cash in them. Something about being able to see the cash through the envelope that just is so visually satisfying to me. Yeah, look at that. So cute. All right, so that is my spending done. So I'm just going to highlight that. Maybe if I turn my planner a little bit, it'll be easier to highlight. No, not really. That's okay. Next up, we have gas, and gas is going to get $40 as well. So 2 more 20s. And I want to make sure they're all kind of facing the same direction. There we go. I love how the label on the envelope covers the president's eyes like he's unanimous now. Nope, anonymous. That's the word I was looking for. There we go. Never mind, you guys. I'm weird. All right, so that takes care of gas. I'm just going to highlight this next. All right, so that took care of gas. Next, we're gonna fill eating out. You guys know we are trying really hard not to eat out again in March. We did really well in February, but we're still stuffing the envelope, like I said, just in case we are overcome with the need to eat out despite our best efforts. So $25 going into this food envelope. Let's try this. I still haven't figured out the perfect setup for these cash envelopes. I think maybe I need a different lens for my camera so that I can zoom out a little bit more, and that would make things a lot easier. But for now, we're just going to make it work. So next up is miscellaneous, which is also going to get $25, 20 and a 5. My miscellaneous envelope, you guys know, just covers anything else that comes up throughout the week that I didn't budget for. I want to make sure that I have plenty of cash that sort of acts as a buffer, and that's what this miscellaneous category does for me. There we go. Next up, I have my son Austin. We are skipping these other envelopes here. The debt snowball envelope, you guys know, will get filled at the end of the week with any cash that I have left over in these other cash categories. And my bank envelope is for any money that I have to deposit. So if, for example, we get gas and we use a credit card instead of the cash, I will then just take the cash out of the envelope and move it to the bank envelope, and that way I know that that money needs to be deposited to sort of true up that account. So that's everything for my wallet. Takes care of all of our kind of weekly spending. I have Austin is going to get $20. This is his weekly allowance. If you guys are not familiar, Austin is my 13-year-old son. And so I'm going to just set his money off to the side and hand it to him. That's $20 for him. And then Robert is my 18-year-old son. I give him a little bit of money for gas every week because he has been taking Austin to school every day. It's such a sweet thing for him to do. So I help him out with gas, and that's $15 a week. So that I'm going to set off to the side as well. And now we're going to move on to my sinking funds that go in my cash envelopes here. And now we're going to move on to my sinking funds, which I keep in this accordion folder. I like to do my sinking funds in cash. That's just my personal preference. I know that's not for everyone, but it works for me. So the first category that's in my sinking funds here is anniversary. So each of my sinking funds has its own tab here in my accordion folder. Like I said, I know it's kind of out of frame. I haven't really figured out a good way to do this, you guys, so I apologize. So I'm just going to go behind the anniversary tab and pull out my anniversary fund, which right now has $81 in it, and we are going to add 20 more today. So today is March 3rd, but we're going to go with the paycheck date. This pen is not working. Luckily, I have lots more of these Parkoo pens, so we'll go 3-2. What did I say? We were going to add $20. So 81 plus 20 is 101. So we're going to add a 20. And every time that I add money to a fund or I take money away, I always count it to make sure that it's all good. So we'll do that really quickly. $20, $40, $60, $80, $85, $86, $87, $88, $89, $90, $91, $92, $93, $94, $95, $96, $97, $98, $99, $100, $101. So I just counted that backwards so that I could get the big bells in the front. I'm going to be doing that for all of my funds because all of my funds are wonky. So $101 in anniversary. So that's all good, and we can go ahead and mark this one off. Next up is campground. My campground fund right now has $370 in it, and we're going to add 60 today, and I chose a 50 and a 10 for that, so I'm going to add a 50 and a 10. We're going to slip that in here where it belongs. And then we're going to write this in. So we have $370 plus 60. You guys know my mental math game is not all that strong, so we're just going to go ahead and use the calculator for this. 370 plus 60 is 430. So then we will count this up and make sure that's what we have here. 50, 150, 250, 350, 400, 420, 430. So we are good to go there. So that takes care of campground. On this next line, we actually have two funds because I ran out of lines, so I needed to squeeze it in. So the first one we're going to tackle is clothing, and clothing is going to get $20. My clothing fund is pretty puny right now, so I like the idea of bulking it up a little bit. It has $40 in it currently, and we are going to add 20 more for a total of 60. $20, $40, $60, so that's all good. So that takes care of clothing. Next up is Christmas, and Christmas is going to get $50. We are already saving for Christmas 2021, and we're actually a little bit behind on our savings in this category. I had hoped that we would have more by now, but I've been kind of slacking in filling this fund, so it currently has $130 in it. We are going to, why do I keep writing 5? It is not May, it is March. Trying to get way too far ahead of myself. So we're going to add $50 today for a total of $180. $50, $100, $20, $40, $60, $80. Okay. And that takes care of Christmas. We're all set there. Next up is haircuts. My husband is in desperate need of a haircut. I'm hoping he's going to go this weekend to get that done. So this fund currently has $20 in it, and we're going to add 20 more for a total of $40, which is more than enough to cover his haircut. So that's 20, 40 done. Next up is holidays. So in my holidays envelope, I keep all of the cash that we're saving up for all of the holidays essentially that aren't Christmas. So right now we're focusing on Easter. I'm going to be saving up until Easter, and then when Easter rolls around, we'll spend the money, and then we'll focus on the next holiday, which I don't even know what it is right now. Not looking that far ahead right now. We're just trying to make it to Easter. So it has $70 in it right now, and we're adding 20 more. So this will equal $90. So we have 50, 70, 90. And that is that. Next up is household. I recently separated our grocery budget out from our household budget. It used to be that I had just one category. I was trying to make $150 a week go for all things grocery, household, personal care, and pets, and it was just ridiculous. It was not enough money for all of those things. So I recently started a sinking fund for household, and it's, I think, going to work out just fine for me. So today, oh, kitty cameo, he just knocked over all of my cash. And now he's going to sit on my cash. Thanks a lot, Sirius. Don't mind him. So we're going to add $20 to the household fund for a total of $70. Got 50, 70. That takes care of household. My personal care envelope right now has 50 in it. So this one will be 70 as well. Next up is pets. And my pet envelope is actually completely empty. Maybe that's why Sirius just rudely interrupted my video to let me know, hey, Mom, add some money for me. So we're going to add $50 to the pets fund today. And that's going to make it real easy to count. Total of 50. So see, Sirius, are you happy? I got your cash. Now you can go, dude. Next up is my P.O. Box fund, which is currently empty, so we're going to add $20 today. I believe my renewal for my P.O. Box is due next month in April, and I think I only need like $50. So, you know, Even though it's empty and we're only adding $20, we're already almost halfway there. It's not a huge fund, so that's good. That takes care of my P.O. box. Next up, we have my savings challenges. So I have my 52-week savings challenge. I have been participating in that challenge since the start of the year and have really built this fund up. This is just kind of rainy day savings. It has $159 right now, and we're adding 36 more. So we will probably have to use my calculator for that. $159 plus 36 is $195. So we're going to add a 20, a 10, a 5, and a 1. That's 20, 30, 35, 36. And what did I say this total was going to be? 195. So let's see. 20, 40, 60, 80. Oops. This is all sorts of wonky. Hold that thought. Let me arrange this better. I don't know how this got so out of whack. Alright, let's try this again. 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 175, 180, 185, 190, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. Okay. So it was all good. It was just a little discombobulated. So that's going to go back into my 52-week savings envelope and back behind the savings tab. And that takes care of that. Next up, we have Savopoly, which is another savings challenge that I have been actively participating in since the start of the year. It currently has $144, and we're adding 9 more today. If you missed my savings challenge video where I talked all about how much I'd be saving each week in Savopoly in the month of March, you'll definitely want to check that out. I went through and did all of the dice rolling and moved around the board. I also explained what Savopoly actually is in that video, so if you're confused, go check that out. I will link it in a card above. We're adding $9 today for a total of $153, if that math is accurate. So we're going to add a 5 and 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a lot of ones in this envelope, so I know where I need to go if I need change sometime. So we have 50, 70, 90, 100, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. Okie dokie. So that's going to take care of Savopoly. This is getting real fat, so I'm definitely going to have to do some money exchanging here soon. Next up, I have my cards savings challenge that I just started this week. It's a savings challenge I came up with all on my own. I'm pretty excited about it. I don't yet have a card or an envelope created for this since it's a brand new fund for me, so I'm just going to make one really quickly for the card savings challenge. This is how I keep track of my sinking funds. It's just real simple. I don't need to have anything fancy. Just an index card from the Dollar Tree works out just fine. And I just write the name of the fund at the top. I write out the date, how much we added or subtracted. If I'm taking money out, I will usually leave myself a little note on this card as to what I used that money for, just to kind of help keep me on track. Works out great for me. And we're adding $15 today for a total of $15. So that is a 10 and a 5. That takes care of that. And the very last savings challenge here is my Nintendo Switch, which isn't really a challenge at all. I'm just saving up a little bit of money here and there. I recently emptied this fund because I purchased my Nintendo Switch, so it actually never got updated. I do that a lot. Every time that I completely empty a fund, I always seem to forget to update the card rather. So we are going to add $10 today. Even though I have my Nintendo Switch now, I'm still saving up for new games and fun things. So this $10 is going to go towards that. And that is it, you guys, for my cash envelope stuffing for this first week in March. We had a lot of cash to stuff, so I appreciate you guys hanging in till the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please take a minute and give it a big thumbs up. That really helps out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I post new budgeting videos every single week here. It seems like all I've been filming lately are budget videos, but I promise I've got some lifestyle videos coming up soon, a grocery haul, maybe some vlogs gonna be thrown in there in March. So definitely click the subscribe button so you can come back for that. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.